Hello, and welcome to the weekly moon update. My name is Allison. Welcome to Wonderland if you're new here. If you are not new here, welcome back. Thank you so much for making this community so amazing. We just recently passed our 2-year streaming anniversary, and I know not everybody was able to make it to the slumber party, so I just want to make sure that everybody knows that I appreciate you all so very much. And for those of you that could make it to the slumber party, thank you so much for having fun with me. I hope we can do it again sometime. And we didn't even get to all of the things that we needed to do. So let's talk about that for this week. We still have, so it was also Gizmo's birthday. Gizmo is my little friend here. And I intended to do his birth chart, to create his birth chart. So we still have that to do. And we never got to our candle magic. We never got to talking about stream loots. So, all of that, hopefully, we can do on a stream this week, which will be either Tuesday or Wednesday. So, there's two community events that we need to have happen this week. One of them is our moon meeting, which we usually have in Discord, and one of them is just our regular tarot live streams. So, I've set aside Tuesday and Wednesday evening for both of those. I just don't know which one we'll do on which day. So that should be between 8 and 8:30 on Twitch and or Discord. So make sure you're following and you've got your notification bells on so that you get notified either when I go live or when I post an announcement about heading over to Discord. So also coming up this week in the community, I have an eclipse video that's going to come out this week just like we did for the last eclipse season in spring. So that includes just information about the eclipse in general, as well as a collective tarot reading. Then we also have our collective pick a card reading that will be uploaded this week. And if you missed the Witching Hours podcast last Thursday, I created a video that they aired on their podcast talking about the whole month of October because a lot of things are happening in the month of October with the moon specifically. I mean, throughout the summer, we've had a lot of different astrological events, but October is very moon centered. So if you want to hear about the whole month of October, obviously we'll be talking about it weekly here on the weekly moon updates, but I'll put a link in the description for the Witching Hours podcast so that you can check that out. I think that's everything. So we have a new moon eclipse in Libra this week. So we've got lots to talk about for the moon energy. And we're also going to be working with angels this week because I think that we are all going to need a little bit of unconditional love and heart centered Venus energy. So let's jump into the week of October 9th through the 15th. So, because we have a new moon on Saturday, the 14th, the beginning of this week is a waning crescent moon. And what this means is that the moon is slowly decreasing. Last week, we had a last quarter, which is a half lit moon. So it slowly decreases from half to dark, totally dark on Saturday. So the beginning of the week, well, most of the week is a waning crescent moon. Then we have our new moon on Saturday. And then on Sunday, the moon will start to increase again. And that's your waxing crescent. So waning is decreasing, new is dark, and waxing is increasing. So on Monday, the party continues with Leo energy. Leo energy is fire and activating and very creative. So that sets the tone for this week to be a little bit of sacral chakra centered, thinking creatively as the light is decreasing and we are deciding what we want to let go of. We're like that anticipation of the eclipse. Like, what is that energy going to bring up for me? And already tapping into this energy. It's why I decided to work with angels, is because I was even almost crying, like just tapping into this energy. I think this is going to be a very cleansing and releasing week. But remember, Libra is air energy. So we're talking about looking at our emotions from a logical standpoint because air energy is wisdom and knowledge. So it's not getting overwhelmed like a Pisces watery moon would. It's not heavy like an earth moon would be. And it's not about burning things away instantly, transforming those emotions. Air energy is looking at things logically, using your wisdom and knowledge from past experiences to not get overwhelmed with your emotions, to look at things practically and make steps accordingly. Specifically speaking, with Libra, is how do we balance these things out? I'm feeling a little lopsided. How do I even the playing field? So, going into this week with Leo energy helps us also look at these things creatively because we've already been in Libra season for a couple weeks now. So you've probably already been feeling those energies. You've been feeling these common themes about what serves you the best, what keeps you level and balanced and grounded with the Virgo new moon that we had uh 3 weeks ago now. The Virgo new moon helped us to again practically look at things and how do we have these daily routines and processes that get us through difficult times. So Leo helps us add more creativity to that. It also might help you to process your emotions creatively. If you're already feeling this energy, I mean, I specifically am tapping into the Libra energy, so I'm already feeling it, and maybe you want to create something to help express what you're feeling or what you're processing. So all day Monday will be in Leo energy. Then we move into Virgo. And so this Virgo, waning crescent Virgo moon is saying goodbye to Virgo season. It's saying goodbye to the Virgo moon cycle, and it's kind of allowing you a last chance to solidify the routines that you hopefully set, or the rituals, the routine slash ritual that you set on the Virgo new moon. So Tuesday and Wednesday is also a good time to be just getting your general to-dos done, having the bulk of your work be Monday and Tuesday, just in case things get a little bit turbulent at the end of the week. And moving on, we transition from Virgo to Libra, which will bring us into the new moon energy on Thursday late afternoon. So officially, we are in Libra at 8:22 p.m. Thursday evening, and this is all in Eastern Standard Time, by the way. And so this is going to feel like kind of a long, stretched out Libra energy because Thursday evening, all day Friday, and all day Saturday is when we're in the Libra new moon energy. So the moon will totally be dark at 1:54 p.m. on Saturday, October 14th, and then the eclipse is happening 5 minutes after that at 2 p.m. So in the Just a Phase Moon Planner for the Libra new moon, we're looking at a couple of different things here. We are helping we're taking obstacles or difficult situations that might be coming up over the eclipse and writing them down and thinking about how you can look at them or address them logically. A lot of the examples that I've given you here in the planner do focus on breath because Libra is an air sign and breath is cleansing and releasing. You're taking in positive or clean air, processing it, and let going of the things that don't serve you. Um, there's space provided for you here to just write down any obstacle or problem that you might be facing around this time, and how can you address it in a positive way, in a way that's not going to overwhelm you, in a way that's not going to create more conflict, in a way that's going to serve your highest good. And then, like all of the eclipses, we're also looking at a tarot spread, and there's also more information about the eclipse here, too. This also gives you an opportunity to look at where the eclipse might be happening for you. So, wherever Libra is in your chart, is where these things might be taking place. So, you want to see if you have any planets in Libra, and you also want to see what house Libra rules in your chart. And then I just personally like to reflect on eclipses just to see what happens, to see what comes up. I usually don't like to start anything. I don't like to um, do any magic really because the energy is kind of conflictive and confusing. This is an extra dark moon because not only is the moon dark because it's always dark on a new moon, so the sun is also blocked at this time. So we're blocking the light uh, for a brief period of time during the day. And then the moon is also going to be dark at night. So that's why I like to do tarot spreads over eclipses because it just helps you understand and reflect a little bit easier, better. So we'll be in this Libra eclipse energy all day Saturday too. We won't start transitioning into Scorpio until 3 a.m. Sunday morning. So we'll officially move into Scorpio at 7:04 a.m. on Sunday, Eastern Standard Time. So to recap the energy of this week, there is this pull and this tug towards the full moon. I mean, towards the new moon, but it's not like it was a few weeks ago with the Aries full moon. There was like this big crescendo and this like escalation. This just feels kind of just like this pull and this draw, almost in a kind of magnetic sort of way. But it's not increasing. It's not like this volatile energy. I don't know, it just simply feels kind of like something's being revealed, something is making sense, something is releasing, something is like happening, but it's not this huge explosion like the Aries full moon was. So, we're starting off the week with fire and creativity. And then we move into Virgo, which helps us get grounded and practical. And before we move into the Libra energy, that's going to hopefully help bring some clarity to things. And then we can cleanse and release on Sunday with the water energy. So, the angel card that came up for us is Metatron. So, this to me is a sign that we're going to be receiving some wisdom at this around this eclipse as well. And his keywords that go with this card are ancient wisdom. One of only two angels who is said to have walked the earth as a human being, the other being Sandalphon, is Metatron's earthly name, which was Enoch. He is known as God's voice and as the divine mediator with humanity. He sits at the very top of the tree of life in the Kabbalistic tradition. He helps us connect with ancient wisdom so we can tap into our true genius. If you ask him, he will activate your DNA, crown, and upper chakras. When you are ready, he will illuminate your soul's mission so that you may step on the ascension path and become the best version of yourself. Early in my journey, while attending a healing workshop, I had an incredible experience with Metatron. As I called on him, my crown chakra opened and a rush of pure love shot through me. A golden light coursed through my body like a sudden electric shock. I could feel sparks of energy all over, within me and around me. From the brilliant light emerged a massive golden angel. His feet were on earth, but his head was up amongst the stars. The remarkable being about this experience The remarkable thing about this experience was that it was entirely holographic in nature. I could see the angel from all angles, but it was also as though he had stepped into me and I was experiencing the entire universe from his perspective. He was strangely angular, as though his body was made up of sacred geometric shapes. My own body was shaking from the raw power that surged through my nervous system. I had never before met such an immense being. I decided to take his name. I am Metatron, came a booming voice that seemed to echo out of the heavens. Metatron showed me a large, multifaceted golden symbol, his geometric cube, which could be brought down through the energy field to elevate a person's vibration, cleanse, balance, and align their chakras, and provide deep healing and transformation. When I came around from the experience and opened my eyes, another healer who was assisting in the workshop had crossed the room of 50 people to deliver me a message. My darling, she said, I just saw that whole thing. The angels want me to tell you that they have been waiting for you to work with them. They want you to write and teach about them. We looked down on the floor between our feet was a large white feather. I had not known it at the time, but I later learned that Metatron, as his image in the card reveals, is the angel of sacred geometry who governs the very building blocks of creation. His message is, you are crowned with the light of Source because you are the divine incarnate. Walk upon the earth as an angel, and life shall conspire to lift you up. Wisdom is available to those who truly follow the integrity of their heart. The message completely describes the energy of this eclipse in the sense that we are being open to receiving knowledge, cleansing and clearing and releasing, and following the integrity of your heart. I love that last line there because remember, Libra is ruled by Venus. So this is heart centered things. And speaking of heart messages, I chose a love message from the heart shaped deck and forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. So when the moon is in an air sign, this gives us an opportunity to look at our thoughts. What are you saying to yourself on a regular basis? And it might help to maybe this eclipse will help to unearth some of those deeper thoughts that you might not even notice. You might they're so constant and they've always been there that you haven't noticed them before. So maybe this eclipse will give us a clearer perspective of the thoughts that we are repeating over and over to ourselves because we can always work on that. I do even mention in this exercise here to go back to what was it? The Taurus new moon in May. We were doing that cognitive restructuring. So taking a thought and deconstructing it and making it into a positive affirmation versus having that repetitive negative thinking over and over again. So remember to be kind and gentle to yourself this week. I hope that you can join me in Discord for our moon meeting. I think that's going to be really beautiful to do right before the new moon so that we can help plan out the rest of this moon cycle, reflect a little bit and prepare for the solar eclipse and then in 2 weeks a lunar eclipse. And then we will also do some tarot readings as well on our tarot stream on Twitch. So I hope you can join me there. Thank you again to everybody that supported my subathon on Saturday. I had a lot of fun. I'm still in my pajamas as we speak. So, you know, it was a good slumber party if you're in your pajamas all day, right? So, thanks again for joining me. Have a wonderful week. I hope to see you sometime, and we'll see you on the other side of the looking glass. Oh my gosh, who could it be? Who could it be? For those of you that were here earlier, this is not going to be a surprise, but Squirrel is here. Squirrel, we have missed you so much. He's been on vacation. He got stuck at the airport.